All right, hello everyone, and welcome to our news and notes video for Tuesday, August 26th. All right, I promised you guys in the tease that, somebody's coming back. The Rockers, as you know, of course, went dormant for this upcoming season. They will be back for the 2026 to 27 season. There's a lot of details that need to be worked out, but my understanding is that in principle they have found another arena. They have an agreement with another arena in the Metro Detroit area. It is not Big Boy Arena, but they're not moving far. They should be back ready for next season. Now, there's a lot of T's that need to be crossed, a lot of I's that need to be dotted. We'll keep you abreast when an announcement is made. We'll let you know. But Rockers escaped the dormancy curse. As you know, usually when a team files for dormancy, it's just putting off the inevitable. But in this case, that is not what is happening. The Rockers will be back. So that is very, very good news. They will be the second team added to the FPHL for the 2026-27 season. I mentioned before there is a team from Texas that will also be joining the league. So, looking ahead a little bit, but for right now, let's get our focus back on this upcoming season. All right, so Danbury, of course, they were looking for a coach once Nick Niedert resigned. And they found their coach. It is John Birchin, and he comes and joins the Hat Tricks. He's got a lot of coaching experience, both head and assistant. He's coached on the collegiate ACHA level. He's coached in the SP, in the ECHL, and with several clubs throughout Europe. So he's not some green guy. He's pretty experienced and has been doing this for quite a number of years, about a good decade. So John Birchin will be joining the Hat Tricks for this upcoming season. All right, let's go to the let's make a deal part of this. A lot of trades going on over the last few days, and just want to kind of break this down. Topeka was a very prominent team in the process of trades. First they made a swap with the Athens Rock Lobsters. They sent forward Chris Mott to Athens in exchange for Avery Smith and his mustache and future considerations. Avery Smith, of course, with one of the greatest mustaches in the FPHL. Smith, a little bit more size than Mott, plays with that gritty edge. That's the type of player that Robbie Nichols likes. So I'm sure the Smith will fit right in. Future considerations, what they are, no idea. Okay, they also made a deal with Monroe, and Monroe sent defenseman Thomas Murphy to the Scarecrows in exchange for future considerations. That guy really gets around. And then we had the big deal with PD, and I want to talk a little bit about this because I continue to be baffled. But anyway, PD sends to Topeka Tate Leeson, Hugo Koch, and Coy Prevost. In exchange, PD gets Eli Rivers, who, of course, last year played with the Motor City Rockers, and future considerations. So future considerations going that way, but also coming this way. So there could still be a lot of things going on, especially if those future considerations turn out to be a player to be named later. We could, in the middle of September, see to complete a trade. We'll have to see what happens. Rivers, very good young player, very speedy player, point per game guy. And so I think that's a good addition to PD. Now, Tate Leeson was not going to report to PD. He's not going to report to Topeka. So it's another dead contract that Topeka holds. That's kind of curious. Coy Prevost, basically, it's the rights to Coy Prevost. He's going to be playing in the SP this next year. So that leaves Hugo Koch as the only player really coming back to Topeka. Had a decent enough year with Monroe, but still not up to par as what he had a couple of years ago with Mississippi. Everybody's kind of waiting for him to kind of regain that form. So we'll see what happens there. All right, other trades. Okay, so Blue Ridge sends 3 players to the Zydeco. Josh Slagers, who is probably going to be playing in Quad City this year. And then you have Brendan Ronan. That was a little bit of a surprise to me. And Pavel Stintsov, who played for the Rockers. Both Ronan and Stintsov played for the Rockers. Going this way is Nikita Koryev. Did I say that right? Yeah. Kazarev. I'm sorry. I knew something was missing. I was missing a letter. Nikita Kazarev has played the last couple of years in the SP. I don't watch a whole lot of SP action, but he is a point per game player on the SP level. So Bobcats are banking on him being able to be more than a point per game player for them. One of the main differences in the style of play between the SP and the Fed is a little bit more wide open. So there's probably going to be more scoring opportunities for Kazarev down here in the FPHL. And he did sign, so that is set. So Zydeco pick up 3 players. That's very good for them, or the rights at least to 3 players. Again, I think Slagers is going to be in Quad City. Okay, and then they also sent Connor Green, per his own request, to Columbus. I'm not saying he requested to go to Columbus per se, but he wanted to be moved out. The Bobcats seem pretty committed to the young trio of goalies that they have currently on the roster, Dolan and Lenz and Schrum. So there really wasn't going to be much playing opportunity for Connor Green. He goes to Columbus, and he has a chance at being a solid backup for Trevor Babin. So there is that deal. And then the final deal just happened Monday afternoon. Joshua Liu goes from Columbus down to Carolina. Yep, a trade between Columbus and Carolina in exchange for future considerations. So I'm here to tell you that the rivalry is officially dead. The Columbus and Carolina used to be one of the strongest rivalries in the league. Really hasn't been that way the last couple of years, and I mean, you're trading a guy to your supposedly main rival. So, yeah, I think the rivalry is dead. These two teams only play each other 6 times this year. So, yeah, it's not what it used to be. So, anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there. All right, so that's a look at some of the trades that have gone on. Yeah, quite a lot of player movement. Um, Final thing, not player related. Port Huron, of course, tweaked their road logo, their circle, Port Huron Prowlers with a PH Prowler in the middle. Added some gold accents, paid homage to the Port Huron flags with an eagle and a Canadian leaf on the black trim, and bolder font. It looks pretty sharp. So anyway, nothing major. You know, their uniforms look very similar, but the gold accent, yeah, that's going to make it very interesting. All right, let's go very quickly through the signings that we've had over the last 5 days because there's a lot. Not really going to get into this too much. Just going to kind of go through this as a list. All right, Binghamton Black Bears signed forward Darian Bencic. He played 4 games with the Black Bears last year as a rookie C, collegiate rookie. Topeka signed forward Keegan Ferguson. Blue Ridge, they signed one of their new goalies, Matt Lenz, out of Mercyhurst, and Kazarev, who I mentioned before. Danbury, they signed 2 goaltenders, Dominic Rodriguez, who went 2-0 in a very short stint with Athens last spring, and Andrew LaRusso, who has kind of made spot appearances in the roster for the hat tricks over the last couple of years. Last year got his first win against the HC Venom. Let's see, Athens. They signed defenseman Owen Norton, 3 years in the ECHL after a very good career in Division I NCAA. Port Huron, they signed goaltender Bailey Huber. He's from Division III school, St. John's University in Minnesota, not St. John's University in New York City. All right, so then we had the Connor Green signing Monday with Columbus. So yeah, he's signed, and then the Zydeco they signed 10 of their players for the roster. Here's the list: Bailey Stevens, goaltender, defenseman Nick Katola, Chris Siolik, Kim Mettinen, and Rio Namiki. Namiki, of course, is a huge fan favorite in Baton Rouge. Forwards, they signed Scott Chirac, Aaron Shaheen, or Aaron Shaheen, Ali Venstrom, Jake Cox, and Dmitry Kuznetsov. So yeah, they have quite a few inked and ready to go for camp this fall. So that is it. That's a rundown. Like I said, I didn't want to take a lot of time with the signings. You know, these signings again are just an agreement that yes, you know, whatever team I'm signing with, you hold my rights. I plan to be there for camp, trying out for position. If I win a position, then I will sign a standard contract. And what you'll see in the Fed transactions board, whereas opposed to right now it says sign PTO, not really a PTO, it's just an agreement that, yeah, I'm going to stick with you guys. As opposed to when they sign their actual contract, it'll just say either signed or signed a player agreement. So that's what you can expect to find on the Fed website, the transactions page, once we get to that point. which we're not going to get there for still another 40 some days, or what, 45 days. It's getting closer. All right, so that is it. That's our news and notes. Again, the big news is, yep, the Motor City Rockers will be back. They'll be back in their purple garb and just a different barn. When that becomes official, as far as which venue they'll be playing at, we'll let you know. And of course, Danbury signing a new coach, John Benchett. No, that's not right. Birkin. Sorry. Ugh, it's been a long day. All right. I am Gary Ryan for the Fed League Flash. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are hitting like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already, please. Make sure you're following me on Facebook. When news comes through, I post it there. And make sure to follow me on the Flash Audio Network as well. We update everything with our midweek report on Thursdays. The links to those pages are on the Facebook page. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. We will catch you again very soon. Catch you on the on the Flash Audio Network this Thursday.